You know what? This is a really nice setup that you guys have built, which I have no part in at all.
Not setting it up, not doing anything.
Literally not doing anything, which is weird. I don't know. I don't know really what I provide the cast at all. But you know what
makes provide some good laughs. I got a good screen grab of me like cracking up last time.
You know what makes me want to do is I want to like satellite and take over all the TV stations in like the nation. I want to go, citizens of Gotham, this is the Joker here. Like this looks like the kind of room you would do that.
Yeah.
And then he would say something like
a good hostage situation.
The Joker always had pretty crazy plan. Like he really went over. He was more into just like the visuals of the plan than like the efficiency. He'd be like, there are blimps. I've bought 50 blimps and they're flying over the city. And they're like, it's just the most ridiculous. Like, dude, just, fly a plane into a building or something.
LonelyMans, we back, baby.
We back and we back. Every time I look at you, Paul, I see like a different white guy. Like
yeah, I'm like a lot different in Fortnite. You have like different costumes.
I said he's racially ambiguous, but he's also Caucasian ambiguous.
Well, you look like I looked over and I was like, man, he kind of looks like Jared Leto from this lighting. Like,
oh no, Jared Leto looks good. That's about where it ends, though.
Yeah. But Jason Schwartzman, I can see how someone could say you look like Jason.
You guys have gotten Keanu Reeves before.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Which Keanu?
That was like best shape of my life, which is basically like. Indistinguishable.
What Keanu where he has the beard and the long hair?
Yeah.
What movie is that with Keanu and the beard?
Maybe I was high, so I looked a little like.
What shape are you in now that you're posting shirtless selfies on Instagram?
Oh no!
Paul posted a shirtless selfie.
Was that yesterday,
dude? Yeah, I was just
he was feeling it.
A body
apparently, because I don't even know Paul took off his shirt in public.
He probably deleted it a minute after I saw it.
I left it up for a pretty long time.
How long is long for you? Long enough that I saw it. I didn't see like what it said like on the timestamp.
3 or 4 hours. I wish I had forgotten about that.
Man,
I should have taken a screenshot of it.
Apparently like Paul's really feeling himself right
Posted
now.
That on the Patreon immediately.
That was stupid.
That's primo content, Paul.
That was really stupid.
Is that what happens? What did you end up doing last
I didn't
time?
see any stretch marks or anything.
Yeah, that's the thing is I just have floated between the same 20-pound range in my entire life. So it's just like I got a couple, I think, stretch marks.
You want to take your shirt off on the podcast?
No, I don't think I'll ever take my shirt off again. Now that I'm thinking about it, that was a bad move.
You start wearing it your shirt to the pool.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. That's why I didn't take a screenshot, because I dropped my phone on the ground and shattered it into a million pieces.
That was stupid.
Dang. I want to see the Paul that woke up and decided, like,
yeah,
I'm going to post a shirtless selfie on Instagram today. I want to see what that Paul's looking like.
Let's do a shirtless photo shoot in front of the green screen.
That whole day was very weird now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
It
was just yesterday, so.
Yeah, it was a long day.
What happened yesterday?
Shirtless selfie, and then I got into a Twitter beef with someone that has 41,000 followers.
I hope you're shirtless.
Was that your tweeting?
And then
whatever they said, you just said
I had sex for the first time in an incredibly long time.
You want to argue with me? I'm in fighting shape right now.
And then I drove home.
Pussy.
Do you want to say who you got into a Twitter beef with? You want to give him some clout?
I mean, no one's gonna listen. No one listens to this.
Is it still up on Twitter at @RealPaulCyphers?
Yeah, if you want to search through my tweets, you can find it. It wasn't like a big. I was scared that it was gonna like.
He's got 40,000 followers. He reposted a clip of our podcast. Did not get us any heat on the video.
In fact, his repost didn't get a single like.
Wait a sec. So who was this dude that he reposted a clip of ours?
Yeah,
of our podcast?
So to make fun of Paul.
I think I can sum it up.
Yeah,
quick.
sum the story up because now.
And it's not gonna be funny though. It sucks. Jake Flores, he's like this comedian from New York City.
Never heard of him.
He posted. Well, he's never heard of us. So it is what it is. He posted something about like that meme where like comedians think they're modern day philosophers and then people say that's stupid or whatever. I don't know. I just retweeted him and was like,
is it like a comic? It's like on stage. They're like, my friend said he got diarrhea from Taco Bell. And I was like, I usually just get a chalupa. And then it shows the comic on a podcast, like very serious, like, yeah, I believe that we're modern day philosophers.
So I just retweeted it, and I guess I was in whatever state of mind it was when I posted the shirtless picture because they were around the same. And I think my post was kind of cringe just because it was like serious and like lofty, but I actually agree with like what I said. I just basically was like, anyone who like excels in a creative field and is like a prolific like successful artist is like a philosopher. Like it doesn't matter what the medium really is, it's just like that lends you like the wisdom of it. And you know, it's like,
should have just replied with fart noises.
Yeah, so then he retweeted that and said LMAO in all capital letters.
Oh, so he was really laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
he was dying.
Yeah.
He wasn't rolling on the floor laughing, but his ass was nowhere to be found.
No, he has the Jesse Berlin game ass in that chair.
And so
That's what happens.
that's how you lose. That's what you were hating on the internet and you
People are
lost
like,
your ass?
damn, you're skinny, you got no ass. I was like, dude, I just have the funniest friends. I laughed my ass off.
Man, did you ever laugh it on? Can you do that?
We're going to find out this podcast.
So, Paul, I gotta know, how does this motherfucker know you? Why did he come at, like...
I mean, I retweeted him.
He
so-
responded to him.
Oh, because you responded to him. Okay. I was
But
like,
That
someone-
guy said comedians are not modern day philosophers, and Paul was like,
oh, so you follow this
"Actually,
guy.
Yeah, and I've always sort of been on this tip where like I just get annoyed with like, I don't know, this would be too long a serious conversation, but anyway, fucking he retweeted me, and then at that point I saw it a few hours after, and like 2 or 3 people had commented on it, and then
Did you have your shirt on at that point?
I immediately put it on because
Yeah.
now I was going, my mood had turned.
I thought you were gonna get heated and just take all the clothes off.
So I got worried, like, you know, I'd seen a few tweets, so I kind of got anxious, and it felt like, you know, when someone retweets you with 41,000 followers, that,
Like, here's my chance.
no, I was just like, you know, it's kind of like dragging you to a town square or something like that. I'm like, I don't know. I just envisioned, because I thought the couple of comments was going to grow or whatever. So, because I didn't, the original post was like a little too pointed and also just like too serious. Like I should just kept it myself. Like, I don't really care.
Like most Twitter arguments, yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't malicious. Like, I don't think the dude gets like hate from like, you know, has like beefs like Tim Dillon and like Legionist Gangs podcast, which are podcasts that I really love, but I'm not one of these fans that like feels like I need to like cape up for
So
those.
if he hates on our podcast, we're in pretty good
I was
company.
about to say, you realize what this means, Paul. We got some haters.
Yeah.
It's very important. We need to get some more. Can we find some more haters that are out here? So
If we got 1, we need to get 10 by July.
Shout out to Cat Williams. We're trying to get more haters, Paul. We're trying to roll up.
All
into
right. Well,
Austin.
I'm doing a great job right
Yeah.
We
now.
got 0 thumbs down on our YouTube video. We got 2 thumbs up, and I think Paul said both of those were him. He was trying to,
Yeah, well, I
trying
thought
to counteract.
I
that he
kind of
hated
freaked
it.
out. Well, and really for your guys' sake, is like I envisioned like getting like I mean not a ton, but like
Yeah.
sometimes the internet a bunch of people like pile on. And
We just activated our @LonelyMans podcast Instagram page. So if you want to hate on there, leave a couple comments.
More hate. The more hate, the better.
Yeah, get some heat on our podcast.
So wait,
please.
you've added some likes because you thought we were gonna get some hate from this Jake Flores guy?
Yeah,
well,
trying to
no,
balance
really
out the
what it was is
ratio.
I was going through the videos way later to see if anything had like fallen back. And honestly, I was just really anxious for your guys' sake because, as we said, you do
we
all.
weren't tagged in anything.
I'm just saying you do all the work for the podcast. So
Yeah.
literally, if we got 51-star ratings or something, and it was my fault, it would just be like, I texted you right away, telling you,
Yeah.
just to be like, dude, I hope this. Like, I was just worried.
You would be the only person I probably wouldn't even notice if we're gonna be 100% honest.
Yeah.
I've not checked it one time. I should probably be better about that. But
Yeah, so
You
I-
handle the hardware of the podcast, like setting everything up.
So
I
we went-
do like the production, the sound, the video, and then we got Paulie promo out here.
that's what it is. You know, it's a
And here's the thing-
well-oiled machine. He gets his haters.
And here's the thing is like I wouldn't mind getting into a little bit of mudslinging on Twitter if it was against a person that I thought was like morally or fundamentally like a bad person or wrong. And because you know what I mean, then it's like, I don't know, I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Like, fuck this dude. Like, that's what I want to feel about a person. I'm going to argue with them. And I don't feel that way. This person is literally just on the internet to me. And the only negative things I know about them are like, I read someone else who commented on the internet that said he did this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, but because they'd already done that, I kind of like wanted to make a snarky comment back because I was like, well, now he's kind of dragged me out here or whatever. So we went back and forth like a few times. I felt like some of the shit I said was kind of funny. And then
He posted our video and said, "Damn, dude, this is funny."
and so then I said,
It was a funny video.
he reposted a
like
clip.
sarcastically, like
Yeah.
This is fun, like, oh, this is funny.
And
I took it to heart.
I was like, nah, we funny.
This was funny.
Yeah, thank you.
Paul did a super cut of all the stupid ass shit that we said. Did you see that video?
Was he talking about the Gash Man?
No, it was
It was a super cut of the free podcast that we did. It was just all this because it starts with Paul saying, "We just talked about coming for 45 minutes."
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
So then I said back, this would hurt if it came from somebody who had a history of being funny. And then he said he like quoted my original post and said, "What if it came from like a talented and prolific creator or something like that?" And so, God, this is such a convoluted story. A year ago,
I know all about this because I'm into the fucking douchey podcast world. Ben is like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Where is
so
this
a
coming
year
from?"
ago, this same guy, the section of the internet that dislikes
Tell
him.
me more, Paul.
The section of the internet dislikes him, which part of that is like, I don't know, people probably go way overboard. Like, it probably kind of sucks to be him sometimes just because there's people like not just hating on you, but like actively like following you around the internet.
He seems like one of these people that goes out and like, is he one of those people that goes out and looks for
He's
haters?
on
Like
Twitter
he's always
a lot.
like trolling people and talking shit and like trying
No,
to
he's just
stir
very
stuff
like,
up?
he's kind of just like a very like political, like his podcast is kind of like a very leftist political podcast. So he kind of just goes after people in that regard.
I believe he's called a few people Nazis.
And that's whatever. I don't even want to. I feel like it would be cringy for us to come on here and be like, I don't know. I didn't want to fucking shit on it because first off, no one listens to it. And
I'm
second
not
off-
smart enough to get into any type of like philosophical debate with somebody on Twitter.
And honestly, I bet you fucking the thing about internet people. I was thinking this today. I don't know if I'd fucking met him. I guarantee we would just get along. Like he's a person I know on the internet.
It never ends, and it doesn't mean anything in the end. It just goes nowhere.
So anyway, he a year ago, the people dug up this clip that was on like a porn video clip website where these two dominatrix women make him come on a chocolate chip cookie and he eats it. Right?
Is it like real? Or
Yeah, it's real.
Oh, okay.
It's like a totally real porn video. So I would like to disclaim that I support cum eating of all types. My philosophy.
No kink shaming on this.
Yeah,
podcast.
if you want to eat cum, you can eat cum. But
Yeah.
you know, so he
Trust
says,
your
what
own
if it
takes,
came from
man,
a
whatever makes you
talented?
happy.
He said, what if it came from a talented and prolific creator? And I said, if we're talking about cum eating cinema, I guess you could say it did. Yeah, it's just
Was it
like,
a hot video? Did you watch it?
I felt like you're
Oh,
throwing some zingers his way. Like you're
I
throwing
was just
some fuego
glad.
back
I'm not
at
gonna
him.
like fucking say they're the best things in the world, but I was just glad that like I don't know if you read through it, I don't know.
Paul
I think,
sent that tweet and then he ripped his shirt off
Yeah.
at the end. That's why he put it back on.
and then he was just one or two more things that and then he said like congratulations, the last thing he said, which to me was like a nice bow on the conversation. And then I looked back later and literally nobody liked any of our posts in that conversation.
I strolled through the guy's Twitter to find this argument, and I had to go through like 1,000 tweets to get down to what your guys' exchange, because this guy just tweets all day long.
And like I posted screenshots on Instagram, which I thought was maybe stupid later on, but then a couple people DM me from like New England comedy, like saying that they hate that dude and stuff.
If he has 41,000 followers and he didn't get any response to any of those tweets, like,
Well, that was like deep in the conversation.
Yeah,
he
but-
gets a lot of likes. I mean, he gets like 300 likes on
what I'm
tweets
saying-
all the time.
Are you
so.
sure? Like, not all of his like followers are bot. Like,
No, he definitely has like he gets hundreds of. This particular post, the first one only got like 25 likes or something, but he gets hundreds of likes. Like,
okay, so he's not out here buying followers.
no,
that aren't real.
you
From,
know,
like,
his
India.
podcast he makes like
I'm about to do
$4,000
it.
a month on Patreon or whatever. So it's like, you know, he's
Damn.
I can't fucking.
Okay, I mean,
If
We're
I wanna
making $40 a month on Patreon, bro.
shout out to the lonely fans out
I
there.
finally linked my bank account to it, but there's a hold. Like if you set up a new payment processing, it locks it down for like 5 days. So in 5 days, you guys are gonna get a check for $35.
Hell yeah.
a check. You're gonna go find it. You're gonna go to a bank and get one of those big ass cardboard checks for. Where are you gonna find it? Who fucking uses
I
checks?
can't. I don't want to take it with me to Austin. I gotta make space in the Mini Cooper. So I'm gonna write you guys a few checks.
It's just gonna come through. We're gonna check for $35.
I'm gonna post date them. So
Send them in the. I'm gonna send them by carrier pigeon. They're just gonna fly.
yeah, we got 3 months of Patreon. It totals like $100-something. So you guys are gonna get like $30 coming
Hell
your way.
yeah.
Well, shit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Almost pays for that credit check we just did on the apartment.
Right.
Whatever helps.
You know what'll really suck is if we don't get the apartment. Like that'll really suck
That will really suck.
because then we have to do that whole process again.
Yeah.
Did my camera just beep?
Did you guys watch the?
Why don't you go check?
Let me go check.
Oh,
you,
shit.
You guys be funny real quick.
Oh
Did
God,
you,
I haven't been funny at all this podcast.
No, you came into heat because you were thinking. I thought when you put your shirt back on when you were talking about that guy, that you were going to like the next scene was going to be you in the shower crying with a shirt on, like you. You
No, I mean, I was-
downhill quickly.
I was a little anxious about it. Yeah, I was a little anxious about it, but it all turned out okay. And actually, I kind of respect, like, he probably could have tried to, like, you know, I mean, we have 41,000 followers or whatever. Like, if he wanted to be, like, weirdly vindictive because we went back and forth a little bit, he could have, like, you know, and it's just, you know, so that's respect or whatever.
It's also so crazy how 41,000 followers now. It's like a versus of followers. Like he's got more followers than me, so clearly he's got a more valid opinion.
He's
or,
a
like,
micro
reasoning.
influencer.
Is that how many followers does it take to be a micro influencer?
Tens of thousands.
So once you're in the double digits, you are then a micro. I guess 20,000 then makes you.
Yeah, you're micro.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands, you start to get into like the real influencer tier.
Oh, there's tiers to this. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Dude, I'm wearing orange boxers and I have this huge hole in my crotch, so
Yeah.
they're definitely just gonna see bright orange ball sack
me
at
see.
some point.
What do you got going on?
you hanging
Oh yeah, for sure.
and swinging?
Dude, shit! I just showed you, and it was like a fucking front.
I don't know
line.
what I
Does
forget
it
what
go
it is,
down
how
the
it's
side or you
cropped.
cut it?
What?
Paul,
Oh, it rips, dude. It's fucking.
Man, you've been listening to that song too much. You're trying to hang
I've been,
and swing in public.
I've been fucking stretching, lunging.
Paul fucks once, and now he's just hanging out with his dick out all the rest of the time.
Dude, it feels so good to be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much you weigh? Where you at?
And then, like, the only other two women in the earth that would fuck me are gonna listen to this, and now are not gonna fuck me because they're gonna be like, "Well, it wasn't me." So, fucking fuck that. I don't know.
One person that you may or may not have had sex with may or may not have followed us on YouTube.
Right now, okay, I'm pretty content with the person that I had sex with. So I don't need anybody else right now.
Hey, is that how you wow the ladies? Yes, that sex was contentful.
No, I was just
I am
trying to-
contented with your sexual
Once I'm
prowess.
content, I'm like, let's lock this down.
Okay.
And do this twice a week. That would be fucking sick,
I
dude.
mean, consent was probably too like business and
Did
sort
you
of.
shake hands afterwards.
Yeah.
And it is finished. I have
I'm
arrived.
totally stoked on it, as they say.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking
fucking
radical.
stoked.
Yeah.
Man. Fuck yeah, dude.
It felt nice.
Fucking shredding some puss, bro.
Yeah.
We're Borat on him. It felt very nice.
So this was a weird thing, and basically, like, this Twitter argument's going on like at the same time as the coitus. So like,
It went deep into the night, or
it was
this an
just, it was
afternoon
all
bang?
like, you know, I don't know, just that whole thing was like a 4-hour like window of like right after a little bit of the arguing happened.
Yeah.
I was like hanging out with this person, and
Oh, the fucking tweet. The personal favorite. You put the leg up, you put the phone on.
so it's just a weird feeling to be like anxious about this person. It's kind of like,
I think Paul said he lasted longer in bed because he was thinking about this Twitter.
I'm like
argument.
looking at the phone, seeing him getting retweeted, and I ended up lasting like super long because I'm like have this weird like thing hanging in my head.
Yeah.
And so shout outs Jake Flores, fucking did me a solid. Like,
From here on out, anytime Paul is out here, anytime Paul is in a Twitter beef, I know he's getting some. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, shit.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do.
Go-to strategy.
I'm just gonna
get
get
in my
Twitter
head while I
beefs.
get up in these guts.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get in a Twitter beef every time I want to like impress a girl. Just fucking tweet at like
You want to hang out tonight? Yeah, hold on. Let me troll Twitter real quick.
tweet at Mark Maron and just be like, your podcast sucks ass. And be like, fuck you. Yeah.
Is he still angry?
No, he just responds to everyone on Twitter and stuff.
Oh shit.
And Kindler does. I got weird comedians sometimes do it, and that's the thing. Like, even Jake retweeting me, like, it was just like, dude, why don't you retweet someone like that? It's like basically on Twitter is like 100 followers, and you have like
Yeah.
tens of thousands. Like,
I
even
want to
if,
get to a place where I can sustain my life just on comedy, and then that'll free up plenty of time to argue on Twitter.
yeah,
all
but
day.
even if you're right, you kind of already lost the battle because I'm just like, you know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know, because like I'm basically just a Twitter egg.
You can't, but you can't like, you can't, when you argue with somebody that doesn't have followers, it kind of says a lot about like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like somebody.
We
you're
didn't really
chatting
actually,
about.
truthfully, he didn't really argue with me. It was like a couple of snipes back and forth. It didn't take longer than a poop session. So,
yeah,
you know, I don't want to misrepresent him or anything like that.
Well,
It's all good.
If you're listening to this, Jake Flores, we'd love to have you on the podcast.
Capper on the story is he grew up and started comedy for a long time in Austin, Texas, before he moved to New York. So, a couple people from Austin were like looking at my story, like Conrad, you know, that kid and all this shit. And I was like, I wonder how all these people feel about Jake, because this might be a weird, but you know, it is what it is, everybody.
Who knows? Most of the people we met are not from Austin, and they recently moved there. So
yeah, and it's a whole new scene too. Like that
Yeah.
whole scene like turned over. So these people are like, who the fuck?
sent you guys an article yesterday. The governor, what's his name, Greg Abbott?
He went loose, bro.
He's
They
like,
took
fuck it, mask off.
Yeah, masks
everything
off.
100% open.
So what? I'm just gonna go. I'm a crowd follower. So if I enter, I'm gonna have a mask in my back pocket. If I enter a restaurant, a lot of people are wearing
I was
one,
thinking
I'm gonna
that.
throw
I was
one
like, you probably got to keep that thing on you
I think
still.
Austin's gonna probably have some. If they don't mandate it, it might just be a lot of people doing it for a while.
Yeah.
So and whatever. I'm over it. At the beginning, I was like, you can't fucking tell me what to do, and then I realized I don't care.
You didn't see this coming. Like people are gonna be just fine with it when we went to that open mic and the dude was called them. They called that dude out for wearing a mask.
yeah.
Like,
That was outside of Austin. That was in the red zone.
yeah, this is. I mean, but they're not the only state though. There's a couple other ones too, like Montana, I think was one of them, or Iowa.
The really rural
There's, like,
states.
Mississippi or some shit.
I mean, I can't even muster up a thought on it either. Everyone's like yelling about it on the internet, and
Yeah.
it is what it is to
When
me
we
now.
drove back from Austin, I think we were like in bumfuck Tennessee.
Tennessee, no masks anywhere.
No mask. Like I walked into a store with a mask, and everyone was looking at me wearing like real tree camo and shit. Like, look at this fucking cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also you have places like New York and California. Everyone's rocking masks. Everyone still got it. So like, who knows what the fuck is happening at this point?
Yeah,
It's like-
exactly. I don't have. It is
But
what it
Texas
is.
is like, we're opening up 100%. There's gonna be no capacity limits anywhere. We're gonna be able to just walk into a full packed comedy show, maybe.
Man, what happens if you walk into somewhere and you just cough? Like that,
I know.
You're gonna, because nowadays, like coughing is like the worst thing. Like
Yeah.
you cough in public, and all of a sudden it's like the end of some shit. And I always smoke some shit before I go out, and sometimes you got like that smoker's cough after you smoke, and then I'm like trying to smoke cough, and people are looking at me like I'm like, oh shit.
If you're really
like,
worried about it, you gotta switch to edibles.
yeah. Now I'm gonna in Texas. You probably because you don't want to get caught with weed in Texas, man. That's how you end up fucked.
Yeah,
Just
my-
have some Haribo gummies on you. At
My
all
weed
times.
intake's gonna go down a lot in Texas for
Yeah,
sure.
you can't-
Just
I might start smoking weed again in Texas because it'll be exciting and fun again. and
yeah,
illegal.
yeah.
Jump back on the horse.
I quit like as soon as it got legalized here. I was like, you know what, this is boring. I'm out. But in Texas, I could do some real time.
Makes it dangerous again. You're gonna have to go to a guy, and you're gonna have to look at the saltwater fish tanks, right?
Yeah.
I fucking dude. I can't wait to fucking today. This whole like.
I'm gonna be that guy.
Are we gonna get saltwater fish tanks for the condo?
All over the condo, bro. We're gonna light that bitch up.
We're like constantly trying to mess with the sound because we got all these like filters and like tanks going.
but our background's gonna be cool as fuck.
You should just
Yeah,
put a
well,
fish tank behind us.
we should
with
just
fish.
ditch the
You
green
know the
screen.
old Windows screensavers with the fish?
Yeah.
You should just put one of those behind us. All that.
Live fish. Yo, I don't want to tell that story. Never mind. I'm not gonna tell it.
On the Patreon, check out whatever story that
Write
is.
it down and save it for the page.
give
Save
him
it for the page.
give him a
Nah.
give us a teaser.
I won't be able to tell it on the Patreon.
Ah,
on
fuck.
Sunday. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
It's
kinda-
a-
yeah.
It's a real emotional story. I don't want to
Okay.
get too emotional.
Oh, fair enough, fair
I'm
enough,
just,
yeah.
I'm just trying to.
If it was a fucking story, I'd be like, lay that shit out right now,
Yeah,
break
you
it
know,
down
if
for
it
us.
was about dicks, you know, I'm just or unraveling it, pulling out enough to win. I would definitely lock and load it, shoot it, arrive.
When you take your dick out, it's like the TMZ logo. It's like,
Make sound effects. Doosh.
oh, I'm back on the vape. I quit the vape for 2 days. I went Monday and Tuesday, no vape, and then I got anxious today, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy a vape. But I went into the vape store. There's a vape store like right down the street from me, and every time I show up to this place, taxi cabs are constantly pulling in and like dropping people, and they'll like sit and wait for people. And I noticed they got a whole like fucking Keno like gambling ring going on in there. Like they are a smoke shop. They sell bongs, and Paul and I went in there to buy cigars one day and walked out because we couldn't find them. There's a huge humidor room on the other side of the place. I noticed that when I was in there. They have a huge cigar selection in there.
well,
But-
everything's glass, so it's like you don't
Yeah.
even know what you're looking at. half
You
the
can't
time.
see.
Yeah,
with the fluorescent lights reflecting on it.
yeah.
But yeah, they got a table where you can sit down and just watch the Keno screen. There's always like 3 people in there at all times playing Keno. And then I got to get in there in like a sweet spot because a line will suddenly form. Like all the taxis will pull in, everyone will hop out, and they immediately get in line to exchange their scratch off tickets.
That's the spot to go.
That's the it's like a huge like scratch off gambling place. Apparently,
I feel like I don't even know the shop, but I'm pretty sure there's a back room in there that a lot of illegal gambling and activities
they
goes
might
on.
have like cockfighting or something.
Yeah, they are money laundering the shit out of that
Yeah.
place.
Smoke shops are such a weird. There's so many vape shops that it's like, how can any of these make money? Did you just tear your ACL on the podcast?
Bro, I think I might have hurt myself.
Dude, Russell Westbrook, dude, he's out.
Jeez. This is what happens when you fucking turn 30 in your 30s, Paul. Look forward to this. You're just
So
chilling.
fall
Derrick
apart.
Rose is down. Derrick Rose is
Oh my
down. He's
God.
holding his knee.
Yeah, how did you tear your ACL, Derrick Rose? Was going over a 360 dunk on 7 people.
Well, I was doing a
I
podcast.
jumped too high. Ben, how did you tear your ACL? Fucking on. I was recording a podcast.
I was recording a podcast. I was real excited to tell somebody about scratch tickets.
Stretch my legs out too hard.
Oh man, this is downhill. This is my nightmare. Like,
You're
now
like-
this is why I've been getting back into shape. I didn't tell y'all, but I'm going to a secret gym at like 6 a.m.
Oh yeah,
did-
secret gym.
You did mention that maybe on the Patreon. I
Yeah, it's very low key gym. I can't give you the details. Membership only.
You keep saying
24
low
people
key
max.
and shit like that, and I wonder what the fuck could be going on in this gym.
Ben's on a roid cycle
Yeah.
right now.
Listen, I'm not gonna say details, but you can only go from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the only time they're open 3 times a week.
That's sick.
So just if you know, you know. All right. So
Is
What
it a
kinda
gym full
exercise
time?
are you gonna
Are
do?
you in the back room of the fucking smoke shop?
listen, let's just say I'm familiar with sketchy back rooms right now. All right. I'm not gonna say everyone's required to have a mask
Yeah.
on, but people are required to have masks on when you walk in.
You do a quick set, then you play Keno for an hour and dip out.
Listen, the Kino's got to be supported somewhere. The machines. I don't want to go into too many details. All right, I don't want to talk about.
You've
it
already
much,
said
but-
too much.
Yeah, listen. Good thing nobody listens to this because they might come find me. We got to get out of town. Like now, glad we're getting out of town.
What kind of exercise? What's your program? You want a strength program?
So there's this dude on Instagram. Shout out to Knees Over Toes guy on
Knees Over
Instagram.
I think you just tore all of that on this
Yeah.
couch.
Wait,
right
I
now.
think I've seen that. It's like a bunch of pictures of the girls' feet.
No, exactly.
Oh, all right,
he's
wait.
putting-
Those are
so
toes
yeah.
over knees.
It's
Okay.
actually it's a man's feet. So this is some gangster stuff.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, but nah, he does this workout all about preventing injuries and like strengthening your ACLs and stuff. And clearly, I need it.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Listen, I just started. All right, so this is why I'm doing it. 'Cause
He's like,
if-
all right.
I might not make it at this rate.
How do we make your ACL stronger? It's like, well, the first step is we need to break down what is already there. The muscles there are weak. We need to completely detach both ACLs so that they can grow back
Just
even stronger.
Iraq it, just tear it down and build it back up.
Man, there was this dude in the NBA, DeJuan Blair. He had no ACLs. He played in the NBA with no ACLs.
Yeah, there's a player in the NFL like that too that definitely beeped.
Yeah, let me go check.
Will you just clap again? Should we just keep going? He fell in the draft like 6 rounds because when they did the physicals, they realized he had no ACLs.
But, I mean,
Doesn't that suck? He's like a 1st-round pick.
but like if you've been playing the whole time with no
I know,
ACLs, like,
but if you're
like,
fucking looking to give a guy like millions of dollars,
I mean, he was doing it for free, I guess. Yeah, money fucks it up. But did he play in the league?
I think he did, and
Was
I don't
he
know how he
good?
did. I don't know.
Maybe he just sucked and people just realized he sucked.
It's
in the ACLs.
first kick return, punt return, he just blew them both out.
He just his legs crumble.
It stopped recording.
Damn, bro.
Well, shit.
Well,
What?
this is
What are you gonna do?
what are you gonna do?
Surprisingly,
Well, I mean, we
have
could
to
just
start
do
before
audio
that,
only,
so-
yeah.
Well, now you're gonna have to stand behind it the whole time while me and Paul make funnies.
Or we could fucking
Just do the audio.
yeah, we could make this a Patreon, and then we could record a fucking phone one right after. That might even be good because this one's not particularly like yuck. I mean, it's up to you guys.
I don't know how long we were going for though.
About 28 minutes on Zoom. Oh, and 29 minutes now. on
That's
Zoom.
what she said last night.
Oh shit! Did you last 29?
Like, I don't know how long I'm going for. It's anywhere between 7 and 11 minutes.
11 minutes is so long.
Dude, it really is. It's so
real
weird.
time.
Dude, when I was in high school as a sophomore, a fucking kid, he was fucking had a girlfriend, and he was having lots of sex, and like in 9th, 10th grade, it still was like cool to me or whatever. And anyway, I was talking to him about it, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, we fucked for like 45 minutes." Like, I don't know. I think I asked him like how long it takes him to bust. He said 45 minutes, and I just remember even then in my head being like, "This man's lying in my face right now.
Man.
There's no fucking way you're fucking penetrate. Like if
Bro,
you're
that's a full ass workout for 45 minutes. Like,
maybe
you're
once in a while, like an anniversary or some
Bro,
shit.
you're gonna be sweating from the face and shit. Like you put in some serious work. You guys are.
I mean, last night I fucking Blue Chew, Fireball, and a bean, and that was.
That's a recipe for success, right there.
Yeah, that's.
We need to come
and
up with a name for that.
I barely fucking got through the fourth quarter, so it's like I can't imagine what you'd need to fucking.
You had the true moo.
Yeah, true moo.
With a little true moo, you had the you were Fireball. You were breathing some fire.
Yeah, dude, Fireball.
And then what else was? And then you had some Addies.
Yeah, but this is not the fucking Patreon. So
Oh, I thought we just went.
I was trying to low key it.
We're still going. I'm gonna edit the video.
How
and do
long
it
is
later.
it?
I feel like that's a name.
30 min.
We're 30 minutes. No one watches 30 minutes, and they do the beginning. And they do the end.
Yeah, no one watches it. That's like a.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's like a manic speedball. What is
It was
that? That's like I don't know.
And I was riding the high of like making fun of somebody on the internet, so it's just everything was going
No
good.
wonder you had your shirt off on Instagram,
Dude,
bro. That combination.
That
will
was
fuck you up.
pre-sex too. He was feeling it.
That's why he had the sex, because he was on that level already. He's like, my dick is already out metaphorically. Now it's about to be out literally, and that's what it was.
I'm just living it now, man. I flipped a switch.
Paul's back in the fuck game, huh?
I'm Paul Cypher's John Flagg 2.0. So fuck it.
You're back, baby, for a few weeks before we move to Austin. Then you're gonna figure it out all over again.
Yeah, no,
they got Fireball down there. You'll be good.
I'll probably be back to the old me pretty soon.
Yeah.
So.
We're riding this high.
We got Manic Paul right now. Ride this wave.
But I got this Cat Williams hair. I got some luxurious hair, so
That's key.
it's whatever. I'm good.
I'm trying to grow mine out a little bit.
It's
My roommate said my mullet is terrible. He doesn't like it, but I'm feeling it.
Dude, I was like a pitcher that got demoted to AAA. Like my last outing was so poor that I got shelled. So I was just like, dude, I don't know if I can go back on that mound. And I built my way up. I did my fucking mental
Johnny
prep.
Damon.
And then it just feels good.
Like
At the post game sex conference, I was like, it just feels good. Just feels good to get a win for the team, really. They're like, well, you had an amazing game. I'm all about it feels good to get a win for the team.
I always wondered, like, after I feel like I destroyed it, if I talked to the girl and she was like, that was fine.
Well,
it was just like
I overplayed my hand because I mentioned afterwards that I was like, huh? Pretty good, right? But then you're playing your hand because it's like, oh, this is a you don't get a triple double every game. So it's like she's like, oh, this is his triple double game. So now it's gonna be fucking
And if she tested you, you would piss pretty hot.
This is yeah. Well, yeah.
listen.
You want some PEDs?
Yeah, I'm a Seattle Seahawks cornerback. Just like, dude, there was one season where like 4 of them got popped for Adderall.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can get a prescription for this. I think you can still take it. They were all just like, didn't give a fuck.
Listen, sometimes you got to Barry Bonds it, bro. It's worth it. You just take it. Senator, my head just got bigger as I got older. That just happens.
Yeah, dude, that's the craziest. Dude, Mark McGwire, at a certain point in his career, it's like a fucking, it's like a Stretch Armstrong doll. It's just so fucking crazy what he looked like. It's insane.
He used to rip his jerseys like every game because he was too big to fit into it. And he happened when he was like 40. Everyone's like, where do you want us to just believe that all of a sudden this new workout plan you didn't know for the last 20 years?
I was a little kid. I didn't follow baseball at all. I was just like, oh, sick, home runs. And I was like, why is that dude so fucking so much bigger than everyone else?
Hi, well, now we know. He was
I love imagining LeBron James playing like every other sport on earth. And it's just like a baseball's one of those ones where it just be so ridiculous. It's like him
Could
fucking.
he crank out some homers, you think?
Dude, I'm pretty sure. I mean, he might be too big for some sports or whatever, but I think he could probably figure it out. Like no matter what, he's the combination of just like he has everything, even more so than like obviously like Jordan or whatever. I'm not gonna fucking do
Bo
that.
Jackson played baseball and football.
But LeBron has this other thing where he's a fucking seems to be a nice like fulfilled like sort of older dude, which I think would help him in sports too. Like he has no fucking. He just seems like so content and shit like that. Where even Jordan was like fucking a wild man at sometimes. And I just think, dude, LeBron he literally could have done any fucking sport. He could have fucking done darts. Like
he would have just dunked the darts. Like how far darts are? He would have just been putting them in there.
The girl I'm seeing is way into darts and has her own dartboard. Yeah, and she had me play against her in her house. Like she set it up in her room. I put so many holes in her wall.
She must be really good.
Bad?
She must be.
I'm so bad.
Holes in the wall,
I didn't hit the dartboard.
But how are you that bad at darts?
I missed like 10 times.
Oh my god!
I got a little bit of the rhythm going and like kind of caught up to her. I forget what game we were playing, but dude, yeah, I was like, do you want to keep going? I'm destroying
So is she
your
good?
wall right
She's
now.
really good.
Yeah,
Man, she must be
she
great
hit
at.
bullseyes, or is she just hitting the board and beating you?
She might be great at handling your little ass dick then.
she is. She holds it with her
When people watch
fingers
this,
out.
they're gonna see me trying to say that joke for like 45 seconds, and they're gonna be like, "Not worth it." And they're
That's
gonna
me,
know. They're gonna know what I'm trying to say the whole time.
You could. I watched the background footage. And you just see the wheels turning in my head, trying to get a reference going.
Same.
You're just gonna replay that reference over and over. Just
Yeah, and then like you guys like are like faster than me, and I'm like, oh, we're on to the next thing. I'll just have to save that.
My favorite thing about when Paul gets on tangents is sometimes Paul will like get on a roll and he'll just start talking about things, and then like he'll like ask you a question. And then it doesn't even matter what you say. He'll just continue.
Yeah.
So in those moments, you can say whatever you want to Paul, and he never notices. So sometimes I just like Paul will be talking, and I'll just say random shit like that pertains to 0% of the conversation.
Yeah.
And he'll just keep going and straddle. Yeah, I let a man suck my dick once. And Paul will just be like, yeah. So the other
I
day,
think Paul brought that up the other day.
What?
That Ben was like, he said Ben referenced a few times that a guy sucked his dick before, and Paul was like, I don't know if he's serious or not.
Yeah, he said something. Oh my god, this actually happened.
So it gets into his subconscious.
because it did. Because I was just like, I don't think he knows a word of what I'm saying right now.
So we were fucking smoking. We were smoking Ben's Volcano. I'm fucking super baked.
Yeah.
And we're talking about like stocks or something, and I just said like something about like pay for something, and then Ben's just like, a guy paid me to suck my dick once. And I was just like, word. Anyway, and I didn't even. I guess I
don't even think you addressed it. You just went on. That's why I think I said it again, because I was so shocked that you didn't respond the first time.
Ben's mentioned it a few times, and I think it might be real.
In the back of my mind, I just was like, I think I might have heard that wrong. I'm just gonna play it off. Like it was such a weird, out of body. And then I talked to Jesse about it later, and it actually happened. I think I might have told Jesse. I don't even know if this actually happened.
I'm so happy that that's a troll and that you brought it up.
No, that was definitely real. That happened.
Did it really happen?
I don't know. I don't even know if it happened anymore now that I think about
Jesus
it.
Christ.
We could have been sharing a fucking...
Because he was like, Ben said he let a guy suck his dick. I'm like, all right. And then he's like, he like paid him to suck his dick. I was like, I could actually see that.
No,
happen.
I
Like,
said, the guy paid Ben. That's what Ben said, yeah.
Listen, I'm not against it. There's by no means... I support all people getting money.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I actually told Jesse,
you're like Boogie Nights. You're like 5 to look at it, 10 to touch it,
dude, I
50 to suck it.
I told Jesse,
if I want to go with the Ben Bow special. If you don't know what it is, you can't afford it, right?
I told Jesse, that's like, I was like, it's like the second time he said it to me, and like the other time I think it was like 8 months ago. Like it was just like, and I remember even selling to you, and he said it the exact same way, and I was just trying to think about, and now it's all making sense. Whereas I probably picked like 2 out of the 8 times he said it out, and it just in the back of my mind, it's sitting there.
I'm gonna start sneaking things in now too.
I'm telling you, it's my favorite Paul challenge. So get Paul hyped up, and it's great because Paul has a lot of things to say about subjects that he's passionate about. And I can't even garner passion for like anything, like things I even like. I'm just like,
It works for the podcast though, because I easily like lose steam, and then he's just on to something new, and I'm like, all right, let me see if I can double dutch and jump in here.
I mean, it comes in waves, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And I wish you guys would encourage my mental illness.
I brought a couple topics. I had Austin's open 100%, and I was at the vape shop today. That's about all I had going on.
We won't worry about the illegal gambling you did. Are you a gambling guy?
No, I don't play scratchies or like if I go to the casino, it's just to play slots long enough to see how many free drinks I can get before the waitresses is like, all right, this broke motherfucker's just here for the
I'm a
free
sucker
drinks.
for themed slot machines. I think they're the stupidest thing, but then I'll walk by one and I'm like, wait a minute, is that a Sopranos slot machine?
Yeah, I'll lose $20 on like Price is Right pretty quick.
Yeah, dude, I'll just sit and watch people play slots. Like, dude, I watch this fucking Asian dude just chain smoke an entire pack of cigarettes and just fucking not even looking at his results for the slot machine, just blowing through money.
Dude, is there an Asian stereotypes for type of cigarettes?
I don't know, but there's an Asian stereotype for gambling dudes, because when you go to Vegas, there's a lot of like just older Asian men gambling like alone. So I don't think it's even really a stereotype. It's just they're gambling people.
Or it's like old white women. I like when they have the casino cards. They're on those little like janitor key things. And it's like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have it connected to their hip, and then it's plugged into the slot machine, so it just looks like they're like plugged into the slot machine.
Yeah. Damn. Vegas rules though. I fucking love Vegas.
You been?
I do like
Yeah.
Vegas.
Did your
Yeah,
brother
it's a
live
fun
there for a
time.
while?
Yeah, my brother like would live there for like months at a time, and then my brother Kenny actually lived there for like years, like in a different time.
Damn.
You been to Vegas?
I've been to Vegas, yeah, multiple times. It's
Never been.
Some people can't get into it, which I get because it is kind of like rough around the edges and like can be a lot, and it's just like. But I fucking love it. I love being able to just like walk and get a fucking like waffle at 2 a.m. wherever the
Yeah.
fuck I want, and fucking get drinks at like 8
I want to
a.m.
take
The
ecstasy
day
and
pool
go to
parties, an ecstasy.
Yeah, I want to go to a
Like,
pool
there's-
party and take ecstasy.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do, but I can only do Vegas for like 3 days. Like any more than that in Vegas is way too
like
much.
Yeah.
Thursday through Saturday.
Yeah, you
bounce on
come
Sunday.
in, you go hot, you go home Monday morning, you call it a day. Like
sounds nice.
that's how you got to do it. Because any more than that in Vegas, and it'll fuck you up. Like
and it's dangerous. You know?
Yeah, bro.
You get lost in the sauce
Bro,
out there.
it's so easy to get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
All the bright lights and everything happening all the time.
Dude, I was
Like,
drinking
it just
frozen
doesn't-
slushies
it's
with
going ham.
Bacardi 151 in them at 8 in the morning, like right upon waking.
Yeah, 'cause you didn't even sleep, bro. You went from the pool party.
I walk around in the sun sipping on them. Sick.
Because like when we were out there, you'd go from the pool party, and then everyone would just go get dinner and get fucked up, and then you'd go to the club afterwards.
Oh, fuck,
and
dude.
Get out of the club, you go to like the after.
Some
hours
of the
spots, and you
restaurants
go to
are,
the
like-
casino, like,
Oh.
and it just goes. And by the time you get back, it's like 6 in the morning already.
Yeah.
Like, and you're just like, oh, let's start fucking drinking again, and then you just fucking do it. Like, there's
When
nothing,
I went
no
to
other
Vegas, I partied kind of hard the whole fucking time, but never puked, never got sick. Flew home, took a car to my house or whatever. Hadn't drunk for like a while. Like I just the whole plane ride, the whole day or whatever. Went to bed, woke up in the middle of the night and just puked once. And went back to bed. So it was just like at the end of the whole week, like for no discernible reason, like my body was just like,
rejected
we gotta
Vegas.
do this one time.
Yeah.
Like,
For a week, you were there for a week.
yeah.
No, your body was like, nah, that's way.
And it
too
was after
long.
I got back. It was just like after everything. It's like, look, you got to puke. This whole experience, you got to throw up one time.
Oh man, the first time I went to Vegas, I probably had the worst experience of my life.
No way.
It was so horrible, man. That was probably the lowest I've ever been in
How
my
old were
entire
you?
life. I was in college. I had just turned 21.
You sound like you got so turned
21
up
or
at that
two.
age.
Bro, so we go to Vegas.
That's prime blackout Ben Bow.
I was full blackout all day. So this is a fucked up story. So not even fucked up. It's just what happened. So we go to Vegas on a spring break trip. We're going to Vegas for 4 days, and then we're going to Vegas for 3 days, and then Lake Havasu, Arizona for like 4 days. They're not too far of a drive from each other. So we go to Vegas, and I shouldn't have probably went on the strip because I didn't have the cash for it, but I had enough to make it work, right? So I was like, fuck it. I paid for everything. I had like $500 of spending money for the week. I was gonna have to be kind of tight, but whatever. It's a week. I'll figure it out. We go to we're in Vegas. We get there. We check into our hotel where everything's
What
good.
hotel were you at?
We were at the Luxor.
Nice.
Yeah, so we were just
Ooh,
on the
nice.
strip. Yeah, so it was decent. Like we go to the club or whatever, turn it up. First fucking night there, we're like me and our boys. We got dressed up in suits and shit. We were kind of like those boys. We
Fuck
thought we were
yeah,
gonna be all
fuck
tight.
it. Yeah, you gotta do
we
it like
meet
that.
these girls. We get up into the club. Like we're having like a great ass time. We're fucking doing the thing. They had these little like pool water things, and I didn't even know, like, and I was dancing, having a good time, kind of buzzed up, and I'm looking at this girl across the bar. I'm like, damn, I'm about to go spit some shit. Walked right into this thing, bro. This pool thing, my boy's trying to save me. It's like slow motion. It's holding my tie, dude. I fall and just get soaked in this
Damn.
thing. Bro, I'm fucking soaked in this suit.
Did you go face first?
No,
then?
backwards. So
Oh.
like it's like the edge, and I'm falling like back, and my boy's pulling my tie, and I'm just like going slow mo, like no. But I fall in this thing, I get fucking soaked. I'm like, I get kicked out of the club because they're like, oh, he's too fucked up or whatever. I'm soaking water everywhere. They're like, you can't just do this. Kick me out of the club after it happens. So I go, I'm like, shit, what do I do now? Everyone's still having a good time at the bar or whatever. I'm like, okay, I'll go back. I'll just like gamble a little bit, wait for some people to come out. My boys said they're coming to meet me in like whatever time.
Yeah.
So I go do that. I end up like, I forgot what ends up happening, but I think during that whole thing, I lost like my wallet and lost like a couple $100 just like that off the bat. I'm like, fuck. Super shitty. The next night, I'm like, okay, night number one, we got it out of the way. The next night, we fucking go out. We meet some girls. Me and my boy, we meet some girls. We get in line with them. We're about to get into the club. And then, like, this dude starts talking he said some bullshit. And started talking shit to me. And I probably said...
He was like, hey, it's that fucking kid that got pushed into the water yesterday.
Bro, he wasn't even talking that kind of shit. He just said some dumb shit, and I gave him some like smart ass remark, and everyone goes like, "Oh," and apparently he's like, "Oh, you don't even know who I am." Next thing you know, security's all around me. I get carried out of the fucking line for the club for talking shit to this dude.
Damn.
It was Carrot Top.
Yeah, fucking dude was livid. And the worst part is, so my brother texts me, and he goes, "You just got kicked out of a club in Vegas?" I was like, "What the fuck? How do you know that?" So
2 clubs at this point.
yeah, this is the second night. He didn't know about the first night.
Oh,
He just
okay.
knew about the second night. And apparently, I didn't find this out till like 2 years later.
Yeah.
So my brother was dating this girl, and now it is now his wife.
Mm-hmm.
His wife, at this time it was just the girl. They were just kind of talking. Her little sister, they went to the same college as me. Now there's 30,000 people on this campus, 28,000 people. Like that's a lot of people for everybody to know each other. I
Right.
didn't even know him at the time, but she knew of me, and she knew that was my brother.
You had
and
a
they knew who I was.
reputation.
And then when I got carried out of the club, she happened to be in line for the same
that's
club,
so
and they
sick.
snitched on me to my brother, and that's how my brother knew. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Streets are watching, dog. You never know.
Yeah, and just like so, that whole thing happened. So that was fucking like 2 nights in a row, like just bullshit.
You just
happened,
took 2
whatever.
L's
Yeah,
right off
took
the bat.
mad L's. All right, so like, and we went to this pool party. I lost my sunglasses on the day we were leaving. I'm super butthurt about this.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we're going to Lake Havasu. Everything is gonna be dope, right? I get to Lake Havasu, and like, I ended up the first night we were there, I got so blacked out drunk. I fell. No, that wasn't even the first night. That was the last night. So at some point at Lake Havasu, I lose my wallet, right? And I just have no wallet.
You
so I have
already
no
lost
ID.
$200 in Vegas.
Yeah. So now, and I've spent all this money. So at this point, I'm like broke. So I'm pretty much broke. I have no ID. So then when we go to the parties and like we go to the party in the daytime, but like when everyone goes to the bars at night, like I can't go out because I don't have this ID anymore that I lost in Vegas. So I can't get into anything.
Damn.
And then I'm broke, so then it's like making me stressed out because I don't have any money. So I started getting like super like, I just started acting like really anxious and like kind of feeling.
This sounds like a
desperate.
story I would tell.
Yeah. So it just kind of snowballs from there. So we're hanging out with these girls, and like all my boys are hooking up, and I just can't seem to get it right.
Oh yeah,
And
this
then,
definitely sounds like a story I would tell.
And then it was at the time that Coney 2012 was happening. The only good thing I did was I was so blackout drunk one night.
You became a child soldier?
You jerked off in a park.
Even better, I went around telling everyone I was Coney 2012.
Hell yeah.
So then the next
Come get me, bitch.
Coney. So then one day, like one of the last days we're leaving, someone's like, "Oh, it's Coney 2012." I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Bro, you don't remember?" He just shows me this video. It's like, "I'm Coney 2012." Bro. And then I lost all my money. And then like one of the last nights we were there, I was so hammered because I'm at this point now. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna get fucked up. This is bullshit. And literally, I am walking and I take a step and I miss the ground and I broke my fall with my face. And like my face was scraped up all over my forehead, under my eyes, my like nose, everything was just scraped the fuck up.
Did you hit gravel?
Yeah, like gravel, bro. Cement straight to the fucking
Oh,
dome,
dude, what
bro.
the fuck?
I was gashed up in my face. And later on about that, because that ended up being fucked
Last
up.
night I was gashed up in my
Yeah.
face. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Oh shit, we are the gash men, Paul. Yeah. So then
Jolly good gash you have there, miss. If you won't mind coming over here and placing it upon my brow.
I had gash on my brow and my cheek. My nose, son. Bro, I was fucked up. The only thing that saved me on this trip was like out of the blue, and this is why I love my family so much, bro. Out of the blue, I hadn't talked to one of my older sisters. I hadn't talked to her in, it would probably been months at this point. For no reason, just calls me out of the blue. She said that she had a feeling that she needed to call me, and then she sent me $300. I never texted her. I didn't ask for anything.
Respect.
She didn't, out of just nowhere. She just said she had a feeling. Something told her to call me, and she asked me if I was doing okay. And then I was kind of like, I'm not doing that hot. And she's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And she just hooked me up with like $300, and that got me through the rest of the trip. I till this day, I'm like, I don't know, man. I grew up religious, but that's not the reason I believe in that shit. But it was just the timing of that couldn't have been any more. But when I
It's
got
that family energy.
yeah, bro, it was crazy because I'm in fucking Arizona and she was in. Anyways, it happened.
One time I cheated on one of my exes and I got a hand job from this gal. And then the next morning my ex texted me and was like, I just had a dream that you cheated on me. And I was like, what the fuck?
Did you call her a lying ass bitch?
They're like, what did I do in the dream? Had sex? Nope, didn't never happen.
And then the worst part was when I got back home. All of these people just apparently I was just this fucked up asshole the whole time, which is 100% true. But then my face, the scabs had gotten scabbed, like the scrapes, the gash had gotten fucking scabbed. So I had all these scabbed up gashes on my face, and I had to go see I went to the nurse, and they took a little gauze pad and scraped off the scab on my face.
Nice.
Yep.
So then it wouldn't leave me scarred and disfigured looking. And that part was so...
Damn, you could have been Seal 2.0, dog.
Yeah, I could have been Cyborg, bro. My eyes were always red. My face would have been fucked up.
I had even a worse trip to Vegas, actually. I could double up that.
Oh, shit, good.
One time I went to
Glad.
Vegas to attend this country music concert.
That's where you fucked up.
Was this October 2017?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you go for a girl?
And me and Dan Bilzerian were hanging out. Gosh, I was waiting so long to say that. I was into the story, but I was just like, I'm gonna talk about that.
I was hoping you had a good story because we got 10 more minutes left on the
Damn,
podcast.
dude, that's crazy. That's a fucking dude. Having a bad week when you do a trip is fucking shitty because it's just great, and then you're on the way home and you're just because usually when you're on the way home you're excited to be there or whatever, but after that you're just great. Just continuing this. This is my fucking vacation.
The worst I had was 2 days into the first time I went. All my stories go back to the gathering of the Juggalos. It's the only story I have. But two or 3 days into a 5-day festival, I OD'd on ecstasy. Took 3 different pills and was up all night. Couldn't sleep. Slept for maybe 2 hours.
How are you trying to sleep, bro? That's where you fucked up.
Because
Yeah,
I was it wasn't ecstasy. There was other shit cut into it. So I was just having a super bad trip. Ooh. And my friends walked me back to my tent. They're like, you just need to drink some water and go to bed. And then I was so hungover for the next 2 days that I didn't want to do any more drugs. So I was just completely sober except for smoking weed and just had to sit there and chain smoke butts and just be angry. That's the worst place to be hungover.
You should just walk around and be like, excuse me, my fine juggalettes. I would like to see your gash.
Your jugga gash.
Yes.
Gash money.
The worst part is, when we were driving back, all my boys were talking about all the girls they hooked up with and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And all the stuff that they did, and all my shit was just man, this was. And I don't want to be a dick and be oh, this trip fucking sucked. Everyone else is having a great ass time. The worst fucking thing that happened though, the one good thing that happened is I probably did have a little hookup with this one.
You probably did?
What's up?
You said you probably did have a little
Blacked
hookup.
out Ben Bow had a
I
little
wasn't
fun.
blacked out at this point, but she was. No, I'm saying she was
The
probably.
video of you saying Coney 2012 is you blowing someone's back out.
You don't even know.
I'm Coney.
2012. No, but I hooked up with probably the hottest girl, one of the hottest girls ever in my entire life. Even my boy was shaking
hell
about.
yeah.
And
This is pre face scrape.
it was pre-face scrape. It was the highlight of the trip. I just had one highlight. That was it. I put up a J from half court. I Steph Curry'd it and it hit, and I was the one saving grace. So I don't know, but you learn a lesson from those kind of trips though, because I've never had another trip like that. That was.
I mean, Vegas
Not
is
even
one of
on
those
drugs
places.
have I ever had a trip that.
Yeah,
bad.
I learned how to do drugs after that trip.
It wasn't even the drugs' fault. Alcohol is the problem, bro. I've never had a crazy trip. I've never had a bad trip on drugs.
Well, I was probably drinking at the time too.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I tried to help it. We ran into this kid who was in the year before we went. ICP put out a DVD documentary about the gathering of the Juggalos, and there was this kid in it who says, "Fuck us up, 2008," and we found him. We played Juggalo scavenger hunt the whole week trying to find people that were in the DVD. So we found that kid and we kept calling him Fuck Is Up 2009. And every time we'd see him, we'd say Fuck Is Up 2009, and he got so annoyed by
Juggalo
it.
scavenger hunt. All right, we found that kid. Now we need to find a pregnant woman smoking.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, check that
I got
out.
bingo on that one for sure.
Isn't that just the free space? Everyone.
All right, now
does
we need
that
to
one?
find somebody with diabetes. All right, that's one of
Yeah.
us.
We need to find someone surrounded by nitrous oxide cartridges on the ground.
Can we find a naked fat man in a kiddie pool?
There's a naked dude that wears just a Batman costume, and he's got a giant black dildo hanging out.
That's like his thing.
Yeah, he's famous. He's Juggalo famous.
Does he have like a camelback full of Faygo? Like
That's definitely going on. My boy went one year and he hit a camelback at Caribou, the 151 pineapple
that's
juice.
how you got to do. If you're
Yeah.
going with the Caribou, you're gonna be fucked up.
On a hot summer's day, though, if you're trying to get refreshed, you do not want to hit that Caribou.
Bro, you hit the Caribou for like 20 minutes, you're gonna be fucked up. Like Caribou will rock your world.
You'll forget all about dehydration. You won't even know.
You'll forget all about hydration.
But
You're
I
gonna
found
be Jesse
I found Fuck Is Up 2009. I was on like an ecstasy spiral. This dude like said something fucked up to me, and I was just like, I gotta get away from this dude. And I was all emotional. And then I was like, Fuck Is Up 2009. And he's like, yo, I'm trying to open up this bottle of wine. Like, you got a screwdriver? I'm like, nah, dude, I don't have a fucking screwdriver on me. He's like, you think we can find like a corkscrew? I was like, you're the only person drinking wine out here at the Gathering of the Juggalos. I was like, why don't you just push the cork into it? He's like, nah, I don't want to have the cork floating in there. Every person we walked up to, like, can you help us open up this bottle of wine? They're like, just push the fucking cork into it. So we did. We ended up just like grabbing a stick and like shoving it in there. And I think that's when I drank a little bit. I had some wine with fucking
Juggalo scavenger hunt. Somebody with all their teeth. Oh no. This is gonna take a long time. Fucking dude, that's funny. Just being like drinking champagne or something.
Where the fuck did you get a wine bottle to last that long? I feel like somebody would have broke that, like ready to ship somebody.
Probably by
27 minutes
the end
in.
of the night. Oh man.
Fucking, I always want to go to. I want to go to the Juggalo festival.
I want to go to Burning Man.
Just one time.
I wanted all you guys to go with me so bad 2 years ago.
Burning Man would probably be more fun as an adult.
Everyone always says now it's like, I don't know, like people poo-poo it, I guess. But
It's way too corporate, and it's all like tech bros that go. The chicks
I
are
don't-
hotter than ever, but the
yeah, but
dudes
that just
are
means it's
douchier.
easier than ever to like do it. Because like back in the day, you really needed to prepare your fucking shit. Now you just pay the entry price and they give you like most of the shit that you need or whatever.
Yeah, you can go there and like slum it, which is what most people did. Like, you're not supposed to spend any money. You just like barter. And
I don't give a
trade.
fuck about the original message. I just want to see a lot of titties and
That's definitely going on.
If
for
I go
sure.
there, I'm going with hella drugs.
By the end of
Just
the
like
gathering of the
that's the
Juggalos,
thing, right?
I was done seeing titties. I was like, if I never see another titty again in
How
my
dare
life,
you.
I'm fine.
how dare you?
No, we were post titty at that point. They started chanting Juggalos for toes.
Yeah,
They
if
were
I
like,
saw that many juggalette titties, I probably would be done
yeah,
for
they
a
were
little
like,
bit.
fuck your titties.
Ruined
Let me
titties
see.
forever.
They're like, let me see your toes. Juggalos for toes. And then that was a real scavenger
I wish
hunt.
I had more hands. So I give them titties 4 thumbs down.
Dude, we were.
Charlotte, man, you had them Rick James titties.
Some girls were trying to like score some cash. So like, I'll show you my tits. We're like, do you know how many tits we just saw in the last 5 minutes? Like, we're not giving you $1 for that. $1 for them toes, though.
That'd be the worst selling Girls Gone Wild ever, The Gathering.
There was a Juggalettes Gone Wild DVD.
Jesus Christ.
Were you on that shit?
I was dick out.
Dick out 2008.
Juggalettes doing
I'm gonna
things
have a
that
lot
they've
of
never
fun.
done before. Applying for jobs.
Graduating from high school.
Not aborting their children.
Having kids after marriage.
Showing up to court.
Juggalos paying child support.
Shout outs to all my family out there.
All the
Family.
Juggalo fan. Whoop, whoop. We do have a heavy Juggalo following on this podcast. Thanks
Hell
to me.
yeah. You know, maybe I'll be the heel of the pod so they'll hate me.
Yeah.
All the juggalos. Fuck juggalos.
You guys were reciting Eminem lyrics word for word the other night.
We were?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we were doing
I sit back with this pack of zigzags
yeah.
and this weed that gives me the shit need.
something. What happened? Just happened to him. They're trying to cancel him.
They've been trying to cancel Eminem since '97.
Every week, somebody is trying to cancel him, which is
He's trying to get canceled. That's how he sells albums.
Yeah.
He he like does like a trending topic search, and he's like, all right, so I'll just rhyme Kim Kardashian right now.
Eminem is like the Steve-O of hip hop. Like once he got sober, it was all like,
Yeah.
You really lost your edge, Eminem. He's just
I'm not afraid to say I'm gay. Everybody, let me suck your dick.
did that go triple platinum?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Dude, I had that album rotating in my car I had the actual like CD. I think my friend bought it. It was like, you need to have this
What
CD.
CD was it?
Was that Recovery?
Ooh.
That's when he was like sober.
Yeah, I don't think I listened to that one. I heard that I'm not afraid. I was like, I am afraid to listen to this.
It was
bullshit.
after when he would like relapse on pills and had like an Arabian accent for some reason.
Just gonna stand there and suck my dick. But that's all right, because you're a guy and I am gay. Banger.
All right, we're losing Steve. Let's wrap this
I'm
one
fucking heating
up.
up right here. What are you talking about?
This is your Eminem remixes.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not excited to edit this video together. There's just gonna be like 2 minutes where it's just the LonelyMans logo with no video footage.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. We got the
Like I said,
sound.
we could use it as a page and try it.
You know what you should do is just put in like pictures of whatever we're talking about in that 2 minutes.
I'll try. Since
If
we're
it fits.
recording this on Wednesday, it's not coming out till Monday. I got some time to learn Adobe Premiere.
Yeah, if I can get loose, bro. Hang and swing on that Premiere. Did Brianna teach you any of it?
Yeah, I immediately forgot everything she showed me, but it's okay. I got Google. I'll figure it out.
Bro. You got Paul to not help
I
you.
did bootleg it. The free trial might expire in a couple days, and I'm gonna have to like actually download the real program and pay $20 a month for it.
$20. You have to pay $20 a month to keep it.
Yeah,
Oh man,
that's why I was like, "What's
Wait,
up?"
that's for
BitTorrent?
Final Cut Pro?
No, for Adobe Premiere.
Oh.
yeah. I didn't.
Final
Why do you have
Cut
to
Pro is
pay monthly
expensive.
service to use it.
I don't know, dog.
guess-
That's another whole episode.
It's big
Yeah.
tech, dude. It's all big tech's fault.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Big tech is fucking up everything.
Brianna's like, if you really want to be in this fucking video editing game, you need Adobe Premiere. I'm like, I could just like use iMovie. She's like, shut the fuck up, pussy.
Did you? Man, is this the industry standard?
It is, yeah.
But that changes like every 2 years, and then you got to get some other shit.
No, I
Nah,
mean, the
Adobe's been
industry
in the game for a
standard would
minute.
be Final Cut Pro, wouldn't it?
It used
No.
to be, but apparently Adobe Premiere took back
Because
over.
aren't there programs that are like $1,000 video editing programs?
I'm gonna spend $1,000 a year with this fucking subscription now, so I guess.
Yeah, shit.
$20 a month.
Yeah.
I
Do the
think-
math.
I think
If we
you're
get
wrong. I think
if we
you
get
think you're
5
Definitely
more
240.
Patreon subscribers,
I know, but-
that'll foot the bill for that. I'll start taking it out of your guys' check.
if we post
I'll send you the Venmo. It'll be $30 minus Adobe Premiere subscription.
I ain't fucking. Don't give me any of the money.
Well, shit. At this point, we better go for that price. I'll go back to iMovie, dog.
Yeah.
We ain't moving that much.
I just need to put a logo behind us on a green screen. That's it.
Yeah, shit. Once we start doing some like I don't know, animating or some shit,
Yeah.
we ain't doing.
Yeah. Hire Brianna to do animations behind us.
See, that's the thing. My whole life goal in anything is just to have enough money to hire people to do the bullshit that I don't want to do or can't or just
Yeah.
don't care
So
to
get
learn
us
how to do.
100 Patreon subscribers, and we can hire a fucking team to do this, so we can just be funny.
Yeah, then you'd be like, you guys are funny because we're worried about this other bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Exactly.
It's not anything else like a lack of talent. Or
No.
No, I don't believe in that.
It's not because we're only like less than a year into podcasting, but you know, we got a substantial following.
Yeah, we're building it from the ground up.
We got the hash. We got the only LonelyMans fans.
We should put like if we ever do reviews or anything like for the podcast, we should go quote, "Damn dude, this is so funny, Jake Flores, 2021."
You should screenshot that. And
Oh, I got
put
all the
it-
screenhots so that if I ever run into Luis J. Gomez
Send it to me, I'll post it on-
Skankfest, I can show him.
I'll post it on Patreon.
What, the screenshots?
Yeah.
No, that's lame.
All right.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It's Patreon, but fine.
Patreon.com/LonelyMans. $5 a month to get a bonus episode on Fridays. Hit that subscribe button. On YouTube, follow at Real Paul Cyphers. On Instagram at
Send me pictures of your gash.
Send pictures of your gash to the world's greatest gash man.
I'm willing to rate gashes. I guess the thing that girls on OnlyFans do is rate cocks,
Oh yeah, rate that gash.
which is
Oh.
fucking the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire
Would you
life.
use numbers or letters?
I would describe it like sort of metaphorically what it made me feel like when I
Yeah.
looked at it. Yeah.
Yeah, start sending pictures of the gash this way. I will write
I would
back
use
about
movie
your gash.
scenes. I would use movie scenes to describe like my emotions. So I
At
would be like,
Bo, send your gash over that way.
I'd be like, that scene.
Just send it to LonelyMans on Instagram.
Oh yeah, at LonelyMans Podcast on Instagram. That's active now. At Jesse.Burlingame. Slide in my DMs and say what's up. Say hi.
Yeah.
I don't
Damn,
know.
bro, that's definitely gonna work. You fucking Mr. Suave.
I'm Rico Suave. I tried to do a pun. It didn't work. Dude, I'm really out of it. I took a caffeine pill before this podcast to get amped up. It didn't work.
That's because you take like 400 milligrams at a time. How much caffeine? What was it, like a 250 pill?
I'm back down to 100.
I'm back down to 100 mils?
I weaned myself down to just 100 a day.
Oh, man.
That's all right. I think my ball sack is showing through like maybe 20 minutes out of the 60.
it's
and-
going to
Yeah.
be the highlight of the tape.
Take a screenshot of that. All right, yeah, this camera's probably going to beep again, so let's end this episode.
All right, everybody. I love you, and please don't fucking worry about Joe Biden. He's doing great.
LonelyMans, we out.
Peace.